I am so excited with this new launch that's coming up here.
Aren't you?
I'm just super excited because I've got a huge help for everybody with LinkedIn.
Are you just going out and buying sombreros for everybody and doing cactus
I
plants?
I've been so busy getting ready for my workshop, in my Spanish speaking workshop that I don't speak Spanish.
I thought I
That-
saw you were doing an English speaking class also.
yeah.
And what group did you target for that? Was it the Spanish speaking people only or just all
I
everyone who
have
wants to
just
learn
been
more
talking,
English?
yeah, I've just been talking about it at all the opportunities I get, right? And through email. One of the things I've learned in my short life is how important it is to have email.
Yes, yes,
I just got to
yes.
check, make sure. Yeah, my recording is going. Awesome. So,
um, Now you said, was that okay? Let me back up and get my question out correctly. So you're teaching an English class, and I think I heard you mention sometime, I guess in our last call, that you used to teach English in
well,
school, or was that in a church? Where was that?
my church has put this English, they call it English Connect, and it's an English training program that they've been running for several years for free to help people around the world because English is considered to be the language of business, really. And a lot of the people in other places in the world can't speak English very well. And the trainers that teach them English with another accent. And so when they speak their English, they've got their own accent plus the accent of the trainer. And so it makes it really hard to decipher how they're what they're saying, right? And I totally
Yes.
understand how that feels because my grandmother and grandfather on my mother's side are Swedish. I'm Swedish, half Swedish. And mom said that her parents, when they first immigrated to Canada, they didn't speak a word of English. And so they bought a farm and they homesteaded at Millicent, Alberta, which is down by Brooks. I don't know if you know where much about Alberta. And
Just a general area, that's it. But I
yeah,
understand. Yeah, that's
so
fine.
anyway, they there was no place to go to get training to teach them how to
Sure.
speak English in those days.
Yeah.
And so they had a next door neighbor, farmer, who lived next to them, and they went over to get English lessons from these farmers that lived next door. Well, the farmers were French, and so they taught my grandma and grandpa how to speak English with a French accent. So my grandma and grandpa spoke English with an English, with a Swedish and a French accent. I mean, it was hilarious. And so my grandma would not teach me how to speak Swedish. I wanted to learn
Oh,
how to
that's
speak
bad.
Swedish. Yeah, all I know is how to say thank you, tack ska du ha. And because she couldn't speak it well, right? She spoke it with a French accent and a Swedish accent.
Hmm.
Yeah.
My grandfather was from Finland, and they left Finland during the Spanish flu back in the early
Yeah.
1900s.
Oh
Uh, my
my.
great my great grandfather bundled everybody together. His wife, I believe, she died before they could get out of the country. So he had her sister come with them, and they came to Canada. No, they came to New York first, and the New Yorkers refused entry because they had
Mhm.
Spanish flu closely in the immediate family, and someone had died from it. Kind of like we did with COVID, if a person,
Yeah.
relative, yada yada yada. So they went to Canada, and Canada said no, and that was the nature of the beast at the time, back in the early 1900s, with Spanish flu going around the world. So they went to Cuba, and they lived in Cuba for about 8, 9 years,
Wow.
and and then my great aunt actually immigrated into Tampa, Florida, and the rest of the family followed soon thereafter. But he had to learn. My great grandfather and all my grandfather's brothers and sisters had to learn Spanish to survive in Cuba, and
Oh
then they
yeah.
came to the United States and had to learn English.
Oh my
Um,
goodness.
and I understand that Finnish is one of the hardest languages in the world to learn. And I was asking to a friend over there some time back. that I'd met through some different connections. And he said, don't worry about it. Just learn Swedish. It's much easier. And everybody in Finland speaks Swedish because Sweden owns Finland every now and then. The last over 800 years, Finland's invaded, Sweden has invaded Finland and taken over. And then the Russians come over and they knock out the Swedes, and then the Russians own them. So it's been this battleground for years. So
Oh my gosh.
if you know anything about Swedish history, you know how we y'all fall over
Well, we have
Finland over the
one
years.
student talking about Sweden. We have one student that's in Finland right now, and they have 5 children, and they're looking to immigrate to Canada. And so they've been taking the English lessons, and we have 3 levels that you can take. You get a level 1, level 2, and level 3, right?
Right.
And you have to, in Canada, in order for you to get um, into a school of some sort to upgrade your education. So the woman of this family is a legal secretary and she wants to be able to get a job as a legal secretary here, but the
Wow.
documentation is different. So they need to have a level 8 in Canada in order to be able to go and get upgraded, right? So the level 8 in English, I've got 2 friends that have immigration businesses in Canada. One of them lives in Vancouver and one of them lives out here in Edmonton. And that they've told me that you need to have a level 8. So for over 3 years, I've been teaching English through the church's program. And it's just been wonderful to see people. The very first time I put it in my community, the link in my community, I had 2 people from West Africa, 1 person from South Africa, 1 person from Sri Lanka, and 1 person from Vietnam. Quite a mix.
I was going to say that's a lot of different cultures and a lot
Yeah,
of different accents, and
yeah.
yeah,
So I have a huge heart to help people. Um, we have several.
and probably a really good ear to go with that huge heart of yours.
Well, we have 8 children, and several of our children have been able to live as exchange students in other countries. And so, let's see, 2 of our families speak Spanish, French, German, and English. And the rest of our families just speak French and English. And it's been a wonderful experience to see our kids. Here's the thing, if you speak multiple languages today and you go or looking to get a job, if you speak multiple languages, they give you a second look because they really want people that can speak multiple languages. We have 3 girls who are nurses, and one lives in Miami and she speaks fluent Spanish. She was able to go to Costa Rica and live as an exchange student for a year of high school. And so whenever they have people that speak Spanish, because there's a lot of Spanish speaking people down there that have immigrated from Cuba, right?
And
And
other places.
yeah, and it's close to Mexico, and I can
Well, all the islands,
come
from
in.
that standpoint, in Central and South America. But yeah, it's a safe haven for Central and South American money.
Mhm.
And so they bring it into Miami, buy real
Yeah.
estate, and have a vacation place and go shopping. So it's great for the economy.
Well, they also like to come and have their babies in the United States.
All that too. Yeah, I forgot about
Yeah.
that.
And so my daughter gets called in a lot to help with, because she specializes with labor and delivery in the hospital there,
Oh, cool.
one of the big hospitals there.
Of course, they all happen all times of the day and all night long too. So I'm
Yeah,
sure
no
she
kidding.
loses a little sleep here and there.
Yeah. So she gets a really good wage. And I'm really glad that my kids have had the opportunity to go and learn other languages. And I'm really adamant about learning more Spanish because I know the importance of having multiple languages. So I can say, ¿Cómo está? Come
Muy
on, you
bueno.
guys,
Muy
respond.
bueno. Muy bueno.
Okay.
Muy bien, gracias.
That's what I was hoping to hear everybody say. Muy bien,
You're,
gracias.
you're a pair of show-offs.
Oh, I just know huevos rancheros. How about that?
Oh, you got that from a movie.
Could have been. Could have been. It generally is more Tex-Mex than it is Mexican or Spanish. Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, let's get down to brass knuckles here.
How do you say that in Spanish?
Uh, Log into your computer so you can see LinkedIn. I have no idea
Yeah.
how to say it in Spanish. Okay, I'm going to share my screen here, guys. I am just overjoyed. I'm vibrating. I'm so excited about this upgrade that we have for our community here. And first off, before I get any further, before I forget, I want to make sure that you've all joined my community. My community is free, and you can enter into discussions with me and ask me questions directly through this communication system that we've got. So I've got, can you see my screen, guys?
Yes.
Okay, so Thrivability for Seniors. If you don't have it, screenshot it. And if you got in here, you probably are in my community already. But I just wanted to make sure. So here on my big Spanish announcement, the 22nd, 23rd, and 24th, I'm going to be doing a Spanish workshop. And I'm going to show and demonstrate just exactly how you can use both websites, English and Spanish. So if you are Spanish and don't speak any English, but you want to upgrade and get the bundle pack so you have 10 streams of income, you can do it the way I teach, right? But if you have English only and no Spanish, you can do the same thing. And the website is going to have we're essentially going to have two websites. One website is going to be English only, and the other website is going to be Spanish only. So when you log in, whatever website is on top, if that's not your language, there's going to be a button that you can click, and it'll switch over to the website that you're asking for.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah. Do you understand? Did I
Yeah.
explain that okay?
Comprende, comprende.
Yeah.
Mucho dinero.
Yeah. Cece.
Oh, stop.
Hey.
Amigo, that's all I got.
Let's go back to the Outback. How about that, Donna?
So here's the thing, though. With all these tools that we have access to online these days, you really don't need to learn the language. You can communicate from your own language, and they will have no idea that you don't speak their language, because you'll be able to communicate with them using the tools that are online.
Amazing.
Yeah, that's what really drives me. And the fact that, so I want to be a hope giver. I'm not a hope dealer, I'm a hope giver, and help people. And if I can find a way that is simple and straightforward that anybody can use, I'm going to use that, because I don't have a lot of tech, guys. I'm a boomer. I'm in my 70s. I'm not a techie person. And so it just does my heart good. It makes my heart sing, in fact, to have tools that we can use. So on October 22nd and 23rd is my actual workshop, and on the 24th is the VIP. So the workshop is 47 and the VIP is free. So by the way, the workshop that I just finished last week, I sent it out to those who had registered for that program. I sent an email with the replay for the VIP. And the links to those are not usable by anybody except you. So if you try to share that link with somebody else, because of the way I saved it on YouTube, you can only play it yourself.
Very good.
I hope it works. I read all the instructions. I think it's going to work. Okay, so that is happening the 22nd, 23rd, and 24th. And that's where I'm going to be going through all of the steps and the things that you can use to be able to work in Spanish or English.
That's a great way to protect your income too, Christine. I'd love to know how you did that, but maybe another day. But that's a great tool to have.
Which tool are you talking about?
Saving it on YouTube so that it doesn't get shared by anybody else.
Oh, yeah, right. There's three ways you can save your videos on YouTube. And the one way that most people use is the one that's everybody can watch it. Doesn't matter who clicks on it, they can watch the videos, right? And I've got over 800 videos on there now. So I'm really excited to also make my YouTube pay me back some money.
Yeah. Well, I'm of the understanding that it's private, which means they have to ask for access to that video, whoever wants to watch it.
Right.
And then there's unlisted, which means only the people with the link, but they could share that with other people. And then there's public, so which means anybody can watch it. So how would you share it? So did you save it as private? Because
No,
if you're going to get
unlisted.
a lot of
Unlisted.
Okay,
Yeah.
well, my understanding is unlisted means that people with the link, anybody with the link can watch it.
But the link has to be sent to you by me.
Yes, but that doesn't mean, for example, I couldn't send it to Maria. Because anybody that has that link can watch that information.
Hmm.
Well, I think what Donna's saying, she could send it to multiple people when
Mm,
she had the link. And then even though
Yes.
only Donna was approved by you, Christine, she's given it to other people, which would make it they have access. Is that what you're saying,
Oh,
Donna? I think I understand
yeah,
that. Yeah.
absolutely.
well, I
It's
was,
only if it's private, but if you had 3,000 people you were sending it to, that's a lot of approvals that you've got to
yeah.
give,
They have to give.
So
Yeah.
yeah, so
But it's true. Unlisted would be anyone that has the
it's
link,
the link.
even if it's forwarded directly sent or forwarded by anyone.
Yeah, regardless of how
Oh,
they got access to.
okay.
I mean,
That's the
And if
unlisted.
Donna's a
you,
gracious person, and she'd send it to another 3,000, and then they would send it to another 3,000, each one of those. So
That would
I mean,
up your views, Christine, but it wouldn't help your income.
yeah.
Oh,
And then if you make it private, then you cannot share it at all. So
And
unlisted is like
Christine can
yeah.
share it, and they have to then. My understanding is because I've done it by mistake, and I've got these notifications. You have to approve this person. So if they're not on your list, but if your list grows, which is the aim, to
yeah.
3,000, that's a lot of your time approving it. So it's really, yeah, like where do you go from there?
Yeah. Let me see
well,
if
does
I can.
anybody follow Cherie Moret?
No.
Cherie Moret?
Yes,
No.
Shani Moret. Uh, I joined her member association for $5 a month.
Mm-hmm.
And a lot of the things that she posts up on YouTube say members only can view the YouTube videos that she puts up. I know she's only putting up videos which last 45 to 50 minutes.
Well, you could do a clause just letting people know this link is for you. It's not shareable for anyone else.
Well,
I mean,
Maria,
of course,
I get that in emails all the
people
time. Do you think that's true, or are they just bluffing me?
I was going to say we do understand that that's a thing, but there are still people out there who will share it.
who will share it, yeah.
Yeah,
I
like
mean, you
not
have to be very
everybody.
ethical.
Yeah, not everyone's like us.
This day and time, that's a big ask.
Oh, yeah. There's a few Karens in the world.
Yeah.
Mm, unfortunately.
Now, Christine, Michelle was mentioning she gets a check from YouTube every week, or I mean every month. Are you
Yeah.
getting any money for your viewership? Because I know there's certain built-in aspects of it
Yeah.
that once you get so
I
many
haven't
viewers,
yet.
and so many views that you do get a check. Now, cough it up, Christine. Are we part of the group that's funding your trips to America and shopping in Beverly Hills?
I think in order to monetize, you got to have over 4,000, wait, over 4,000 views and certain hours of view. Like you yourself have to watch videos, so many hours. So, I mean, it's not difficult, especially now that a lot of us do watch, each other's videos and stuff and
Sure.
whoever we learn from.
But there's
But
no
yeah, it's like,
restriction on subscribers now, is there? So if I could either have 100 subscribers or 50,000, right? That's not an issue.
well, if you want to be monetized, you have to have over 4,000 subscribers. No,
Oh, okay.
over 1,000 subscribers.
All right.
Yeah, I've got
4,000
well
viewers.
over
Over
1,000.
1,000. Yeah.
Yeah. That's to
So,
monetize. I mean, to go live, you could have after 50 viewers, you're able to go live after 50 subscribers.
Well,
Mm.
thank you for clearing that up.
what's in your settings, Christine? Like just down on the left-hand side there. Upload default permissions. I don't know.
Agreements. Wow. It's in US dollar.
Yeah, but if you looked at all those things there, like on your settings where it had all those tabs down, just channel, upload defaults. Now on the left-hand side there, channel.
You've got a few channels.
Advanced settings or feature eligibility, go back to channel. See up the top, it's got
Oh, yeah.
have a look there.
Except this channel is made for kids. Nope, I don't want to
No.
say it's made for
Because
kids.
nobody, okay, scroll down. Scroll down. Third party, no, I don't think it's going to be there. But what about feature eligibility?
Got it all enabled.
Oh, yeah, okay. So that's probably okay. Manage features intermediate. Okay. Upload defaults. What's under that? Oh no, that looks like it's visible. What's visibility? Down the bottom, there's a down arrow. What's on that?
Oh, that's
There you
public,
are. That's what
private,
Joel's talking
unlisted.
about.
So you could make a channel and make a no, okay. We want to see if you can get monetization, like a monthly subscription.
Yeah. So I had this guy try and help me get my YouTube to pay me, but I didn't notice a big difference.
Okay.
So he's not doing it anymore. Community moderation.
Comments on basic on viewer post
Moderation. Basic. Yeah.
I think that's just for comments on. You want that on.
Mm-hmm.
There's
Moderation.
going to be a way that you can do that. I'm going to explore that a little bit if I
I'm
can
going to spend some more
out.
time.
Hey,
Yeah. What
Chat
about user
GPT
manager?
time.
What, Bob?
I said it's Chat GPT time.
Yeah, right.
Oh, yes.
Okay, let's go to ChatGPT and see what it says.
Oh, I'm sorry, I got you way off track. I didn't mean for this to happen today. But,
Well,
but
I
it's
think it's
good
interesting
because
for all
if
this,
you had it open for people that had the link, then you need to know, yeah. Get YouTube to
I mean, I
pay.
think Maria's got the outline for us, but we still need to know how we basically need to set our
There we
screen
go.
and our
1,000
product.
subscribers, 4,000 valid public watch hours. That's where you're getting the 4,000 from, guys.
Yeah, yeah. Um,
Public watch hours in the past.
subscribers,
Yeah.
10
All right.
million short views.
Mhm.
Oh my God. Okay. So what about what's an AdSense account?
I have no idea. That I'll look into. I'm not going to take time to do it right now.
Uh,
No,
Yeah,
no. But what about setting up a monthly subscription? Like that's probably more of what you want. So it's members only into that.
right.
Yeah, that would be one way.
But how do you do that? Like how do
But
you
if you,
set?
yeah, but if you set it up as a members only, then you have challenges with how all your videos are saved. Because I've got all my training videos saved that I've recorded, all of my turbochargers that are free. And if I
But
put my YouTube into a paid platform, it's going to ruin that access for everybody.
That makes
if you
sense.
have the option to click on members only for certain videos, though, it would be fine.
Mm.
Which, from what Bob said or Maria said, was how it works.
Interesting conversation. Let's
Yeah,
go back
yeah,
to LinkedIn.
Well, I
yeah.
think we're all about monetizing our network.
Hmm.
And Kristen, you mentioned, I think last time we were on the call, you had 10 or 12 channels, and Michelle was talking about having 20 channels now
Oh my
the other day on
gosh.
her call. And so I think we're all basically saying that, well, I've been a LinkedIn guy only. And so I've been just one channel. So,
Hmm.
but joining you, Christine, I'm expanding my number of channels,
Ah,
but I need to understand how to integrate the content so that I'm not having to generate it. And you're showing us how to basically do that. And then we need to see how we're going to get paid if that's going to happen or not. Or I don't really want to be jumping on this channel way too much unless it's going to directly or indirectly, add money into my wallet.
that's right.
When I used to sell before, I basically said, I'm here to talk about one thing, and that's how to increase the value of the thing you have in your back pocket or your purse. And
Hmm.
then the guys would say, well, sit down for a few minutes and let's talk. And then I would talk about Fidelity Mutual Funds for a few minutes. So
I've
whenever
just
you,
had a thought though, Christine. Another way of doing it would be to invite your current viewers to join your subscriber chat, your membership channel.
Yeah.
That would be probably ideal because then you're not losing your current subscribers, but then you're inviting them to join a private channel.
Hmm.
hmm. Can you do a private channel?
What I mean is, like, if that's a monthly membership, then any videos she puts in there are for members only. If you want to see more of
Oh,
it, you have to join my channel.
oh, yeah, I didn't know that. Okay.
Yeah,
That's a
I'm going to definitely
that's
check
a
that
way.
out.
We have to look into this, girlfriend.
Yes, we do definitely, definitely.
Yeah, we'll do that. Okay.
well, it's something to work for the future because there again, if we start putting information here on YouTube, it's not the only place we can put information. So, um,
Exactly. Yeah.
but I think what Christine's been teaching us a little bit is basically how do I want to say this? Well, you ladies have a problem buying clothes because whoever manufactures it, some places it might be a size 8, some places it might be a size 12. So it's difficult in a sense, kind of like when Google basically said everything has to be available on your smartphone, and you got to be able to, do whatever you post has to be available here. And so everybody had to basically follow their rules. And now what we've got a situation is here that whatever we put in here, and Christine, you keep everything under what, 15 seconds or something on some of
No,
your
I keep
short
everything
talks?
under a minute. I do not
Under a minute.
have,
Okay.
I do not do long videos. I learned that the hard way because when I first started using this program, I was making my videos anywhere from 2 to 5 minutes long or even longer sometimes. And I wasn't getting hardly anybody to watch my videos. So I had Amy Tannehill, she's one of the members of our organization, do a TikTok audit. And she audited a bunch of my videos. And as soon as I started shortening my videos and keeping them under a minute, I started getting more views,
Hmm.
more
You
people
appeal to
following
everybody's
me.
attention span.
Yeah, it's Bing microwave oven. Get my tongue untied here. Bing microwave oven.
Mhm. Interesting.
Yeah. Terry made it in, I think, finally. So I'm just going to tell you that the biggest kept secret to LinkedIn is in the groups. And most people don't even know the groups. So one thing that you can do in the groups, if you click on these 9 dots, I call it the crosshatch for business, it'll take you right into the groups. You just click on the groups button. And these are a bunch of groups that I've joined. You can join up to 100 groups, okay? But if you want to spend 18 hours a day on your computer, okay. But if you don't want to spend 18 hours a day on your computer, don't join any more than about 23 or 25 groups. And
Okay.
my caution to you is to join groups that have a minimum of 3,000 members. And the reason for that is because you're in those groups to mine those groups for your perfect customers. And you'll run out of inventory pretty fast if they have less than 3,000 members. But here's something that I've been thinking about. There's 3,200 Spanish-speaking groups on LinkedIn. And so when in my workshop, I'm going to teach you all how to use those groups
Oh, nice.
with the Spanish tools that I've been using over the years. So I've been working LinkedIn for over 15 and a half years. And I got taught by my oldest son, who was at that time a lead programmer for Microsoft. And he headed up teams of programmers. And he hired me and trained me, taught me how to use LinkedIn, and paid me to help him with some of his side projects that he was working on. Because he had developed a bot that would go into LinkedIn, into the groups, and invite people to come from certain groups that fit certain parameters and join his group and enter into the discussion on his group. And we didn't do that very long. I think we only did it a few months. And LinkedIn clamped down on bots. They don't allow bots anymore. You can't use a bot. If you have a program that has a bot in it, you'll get sent to LinkedIn jail almost immediately. So their algorithm is on the lookout for bots. So you have to be really careful that you don't even appear as a bot. So if you're trying to reach out to people and build your network, and you get into a group and you send them invitations, even though you're sending them invitations, every invitation has to have different wording because, or every 2 or 3, I'll use the same copy and paste invitation maybe 3 times, and then I'll change and use a different one, and then I'll change and use a different one, because you don't want to ever appear like a bot on LinkedIn. So we all get really fast with that mouse, right? And that pasting in what you've copied on through your mouse. And it can get you into trouble because we get like a bot and we look like a bot. So we have to be careful we don't do that. So the groups, you can have your own group. So one of the things I'm going to teach at my workshop is how to create your own group so that you can go and invite people from other groups to come and join your group and enter into the discussion. So I'm going to be setting up a group in Spanish. I'm going to do it while we're all together, and you can watch me do it, right? And you can set up you can have one set up in the Spanish groups, and you can have another one set up in the English groups, so that you can work both sides, both different websites. I'm getting goosebumps. This is good. This is really exciting times. So we'll be able to have a huge expansion to our income, because we not only have 4 streams of income, which is what we have right now, and if we have Spanish and English, we'll have 8 streams of income. But because of the bundle pack, we get 10, right? We get 10 streams of income. And when we were on the ranch, I was raised on a ranch in southern Alberta, and we had cattle for butcher and for breeding. We had a purebred polled Hereford cattle, a herd that we raised for breeding stock. That was a special breeding stock herd. We had hogs for butcher and for breeding. We had 6 milk cows that we milked by hand and sold the extra milk. We had chicken for butcher and for eggs. We had a purebred quarter horse stud that people would bring their mares to get serviced and pay us. And we raised our own quarter horse cow ponies and broke them and trained them how to be cow ponies. That's 10 streams of income. Then we also had 4 huge alfalfa hay fields, and we sold alfalfa hay. And my dad was a veterinarian. So we had 12 streams of income. I grew up with 12 streams of income, and I've always wondered what was in people's minds that were teaching all of our children to go to school, get a good education, so you can get a good job, and so that you can stay at that job until you're 65, right? Or until you retire. But times are changed. You can't just go and get one job and be assured that you're going to have that job for the rest of your life or until you retire.
Exactly. Yeah.
So we need to have extra streams of income. So I have always, for about the last at least 30, 35 years, I've always had a side income besides my job. And as soon as my kids were in school, I was able to go out and get a job, but I stayed home and raised my family at home. And there's the most broke people in Canada are women.
Yeah.
Because they didn't contribute to the pension plan, and they only have access to old age security. And we in Canada now can get access to a top up, but the government has put a ceiling on it. So the most we can get is $14.33 a month altogether. And if you own your own home and you have to pay something like $6,000 to $12,000 a year for property taxes, that's not a lot of money to have. And then to have to fix your roof sometimes, or to do some kind of repairs on the house. It's not an easy way to be living, right? So
No.
I'm talking like crazy
It's
here.
not just Canada either. It's Australia as well.
Is that right?
Yeah, absolutely. 50% of
Yeah.
women have less savings in retirement than men, and 30% of those women, the reason that is because they've taken time out to have families or unequal pay. You know, equality wasn't there back in the day, and or they go back to work part-time, which means that they're losing work hours, so they're losing superannuation or retirement.
Yes, that's right.
So
Yeah.
it's exactly the same.
Awesome. I mean, not awesome, but it's nice to know that we're on the same plane here.
Yeah.
Well, my boys, of our 8 kids, 5 of our kids live in the United States, right? And our boys that are programmers have to know statistics for the work that they do. And they've told me that the statistics are showing the similar kinds of results as the Canadian statistics. So it's not just Canada. I know that right now.
Yeah.
So are there any questions?
I actually have a question.
Awesome, Terry.
This is Terry. What's the difference in length between a post, a newsletter, and an article?
Okay, a
good
post you can have, in a post you can have, I think it's 1,200 characters, up to 1,200 characters in a post. You know how they have the more toggle that you can click on a post? And you click on that and it opens up and you can have about 1,200, I believe it's 1,200 characters that you're allowed on there. And then for a newsletter, you can have 1,500 characters. And for an article, you can have up to 5,000 characters.
Wow.
Does that make
So,
sense?
yes. Do you notice a difference in engagement between longer and shorter?
Yes, I noticed that the engagement went up when I did my newsletters. My articles, now here's the thing. When I publish an article, I always do a short post that accompanies that. And then that post usually gets a fair bit of reading or notoriety, shall we say, through the groups because I take that shortened post that I've put together as a result of pulling information out of my article and adding some hashtags and the link to the article. And I put that in each of my groups that I'm in. Some of the groups I have are groups that are my groups that I've been building over the years. But most of the groups I'm in are groups where my perfect customer would be.
Well, I just was asking because now that I finally crossed the threshold of 500 plus.
Oh, yay! Hip hip hooray! That's awesome.
Well done, Terry.
Cool. So uh, have you got creator mode turned on?
That's a good question. I'll have to check it.
Yeah, you've got the handout. I sent it to you in an email last week. So
Okay.
if you don't have it, just let me know and I can always email it over to you. But it's really important to have that information. So if you look at some of these, here, I think I'm going to do something a little different here. If you want to join groups, scroll all the way down to the bottom of the page once you get into the page and click on search. Do you see that?
Yep.
So you click on search and then you want to put up here. So we're going to search groups and it already has me memorized. And we'll do Spanish groups. And so you want to look at the number of members that are in each group, right? So it doesn't matter whether it's Spanish or English, you want to have more than 3,000 members. So there's some pretty good sized Spanish speaking groups in here. It's amazing. And you just keep going through the pages and you'll notice as you go through the pages, the number of members in the groups goes down. So if we click on page 8 here, see 573, 592. So the number of members has gone down considerably, right? But look at here up the top, it says there's 3,200 results for Spanish speaking groups.
Yeah, that's a lot.
That should keep everybody busy for quite a while.
Yeah. A question about the groups. When I've joined them, like I was going in a few days ago,
Mm-hmm.
and I was trying to see more about the group, like the about part of the group, and I
Uh-huh.
couldn't find it because I wanted to make sure that I was going to abide by all the, their rules and stuff, and I couldn't find anything about it. How do we
Oh.
find that in the groups? And one of them, if you go into your other groups, one of them will be the same as one of the ones I was looking at, I think, Christine.
Oh, you want me to go back into my groups?
Yeah,
Oh,
so
okay. I'll go into my groups.
it's just scroll down. I don't think it was a startup one, even though I'm a member of that, but there's another group there that
Just a minute. I
think
gotta hit my back arrow a couple of times here to get out of the Spanish groups, right?
yeah.
Okay, there's over 2 million
Oh,
groups.
the women startup specialists. I think that was one of them
Uh-huh.
that I was looking at. Yeah.
Okay, I'll just go hit that.
So where do we go in here to see what the group is about? Because it did have a little bit about the admin, but it didn't tell me.
Yeah, it's private listed.
Mm.
So when they're private listed, you can't get as much information out of them.
But I'm already a member. So if you're already a member,
Yeah.
it's like, why can't we see this?
Yeah. It's usually right around in here somewhere or
Ah,
in the top. There's 94,000 members here.
yeah. Okay. Well,
Okay,
I
let's hit
just
these
don't
three
want to do the
dots.
wrong thing, you know?
Update your settings, leave this group, report this group. No, we don't want that.
I did all that too. Yeah, I remember.
Ask a question. Now, here's something that I've discovered that is really significant. If you go into LinkedIn and you have a really great question to ask people, you'll get way more participation in your posts.
If we ask a question, did you say?
Yeah, yeah. So
Ah,
just click on that, ask a question.
okay.
Yeah. So another thing that you can do, see they've got the admins listed here on the right side,
Yeah.
and you can show more. And then
Mm,
there's groups you might be interested in, but
yeah.
they're too small. This one's too small. This one isn't. The e-learning industry.
Mm-hmm.
The people in the,
Yeah,
that
all
gives me an
those. Yeah.
idea. That might be a good one to check out. And then wellness professionals, if they're in network marketing, that might be a good thing to check out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, there's about down the bottom.
Yeah,
What
right
happens?
here.
Yeah.
But I'm wondering if that about is, it's just
Oh,
about
about
LinkedIn.
LinkedIn. Yeah. Okay. Dang.
Yeah. Yeah, I know. I
Okay.
haven't been able to find them as readily as I would like myself. I've been looking through quite a few of them.
Okay. Fair enough. No, look, that's good. I guess we'll ask a question in the group. Not about the about, but
Mm-hmm.
work out a good question to ask.
Well, I'm going to ask ChatGPT right now.
Yeah, I was just going to say, I was thinking the same
Yeah.
thing.
Okay, let's see if that gets us an answer.
Mm,
Excellent question, he said.
excellent. If you're a group
Oh,
member,
okay. So if you're a group member viewing the About page, you go to the group you want to view,
mm,
and on the desktop, so you have to do this on a computer.
yep,
Just under the group's banner image. Okay, let's go look under the group's banner image.
I think that's where
Should be in
what's the
here.
I? Hang on, what's the I say where it's got I, like information? Oh,
Description. Ta-da!
together we're stronger.
Love you, ladies. That's
That
awesome.
worked out. That was cool. So now we have
Oh
the
God.
description. Largest
Nice.
women-only community for startups. Whoa.
Mm.
So when I ask
Oh,
ChatGPT
there
to
it
write a
is. I love it.
description for me or to write an article for me, I always tell ChatGPT what platform it's for. So
Yes,
if
I
I'm
have.
getting it to
Yeah,
write
I
a
do.
description, I ask a YouTube description so that they stay within the parameters.
Yeah, absolutely.
So this is really cool. One of the things that I've learned about the groups too is that when we're working to look at groups and see which groups might be really good ones for us to join,
Yeah.
to be able to read the description so that we don't violate any of the group rules.
Mm.
And one of the things I've noticed is some of the groups that I've joined over the years have not allowed me to post in the group because I get a message that pops up that says your post has been submitted to admin.
Oh, yes. Yep. I
And
get that a lot in a lot of different groups too.
and if I don't see my posts show up, I leave the group because
Yeah, if they're
like
not
dead
done
weight.
within 24 hours, or even like for really big groups, like 48 hours, I think that's plenty of time.
Yeah,
So I'm the same, yeah.
yeah. I
But
usually
on
give it a couple of
LinkedIn, it
weeks.
shows the active, like it does say when you go to join a group, it actually says active group or last post or something.
Mm-hmm.
So I think you can get a good idea from that as well before you even join.
Yeah. Well,
Well, I
now
think
we know what the
also
I is.
one of your restrictions, Christine, is making sure they have over what, 3,000 members before
Yeah.
you join?
Yeah, they have to have 3,000 minimum.
So with that size group, most of the administrators are going to be pretty active managing that group to keep it at that
Yeah,
size. Otherwise, the
You,
members lose interest and go somewhere else. So,
you
yeah,
would
that's right.
absolutely think so,
Yeah.
well,
yeah.
I've got four groups I'm the manager of, and they're all of them are all four of them are under 100.
Oh
Because they
my.
were
Mm.
things I started when I was in Atlanta, and I have no interest in keeping them going. So from that standpoint, but one of them is
Yeah.
people over 500 connections, and I still keep that active and posting it from time to time because it's much more universal than it is just based on Atlanta interest. So
Mm-hmm.
um,
Have you got an email list?
I do about 15,000, getting
That's
ready to
great.
monetize it. Yeah.
So
So
have you been posting about your inviting people to come and join your group on LinkedIn?
not yet, not yet, not yet.
That's huge.
It
Mm.
is, but there are just some other side issues I can't discuss right now, so I just have to wait
Okay,
on that a couple more
no
weeks.
problem.
Yeah, but
So
yeah,
you have a group, Bob?
and what what I would ask all for a couple of you that are on here now and have heard me chat and ramble, and we maybe ramble then chat. I'm not sure which, but I would like for y'all to do a preview and maybe give us some feedback about the changes because I haven't made any changes on my LinkedIn profile in 15 years. Um, and so this is going to be rather dramatic, more so than you ladies ever changing your hair, Donna, color. And I
Well,
was
I was
picking,
looking at
for
your
those of you who
photo.
want to share, I picked on Donna's hair a couple of weeks ago, and I apologize for that. I didn't realize how sensitive that might have been for her. But anyway, um,
No.
but that's,
And it was actually longer than whatever time frame I said. I can't believe how fast time's gone. But it's probably just over a year since I went from blonde to natural.
Ah,
well, as you can
So
tell, I'm
yeah.
all natural.
yeah.
So
Yeah, but I noticed your photo on Zoom is not like it's all you're
uh,
very spiffed up.
there's a company called Jigsaw, and it became data.com. And they used to fly me out to Vegas
Mm.
for a conference with about 25 of their people every year. And they hired this professional photographer. And that was part of the compensation if I let the photographer take the picture. Now, all of y'all know if you cross your arms, that means you're angry at something generally. The
Yeah,
only
or
picture,
rejecting.
the only
Yeah.
picture he sent me that I could use was the cross the arm picture. So I
Um,
posted it. I had to. I was obligated to data.com. I mean, I got a new Apple computer out of them and a couple of other things. So,
wow.
yeah, but it'll be part of the change that's taking place in the next couple of weeks because and some of you all saw Joe Applebaum posted a new thing, how to change your profile picture. But
Yeah.
there
Oh,
is
did she?
also a website that you can submit your pictures to that will evaluate your picture for strength, just like LinkedIn will do your social selling index. This one will also evaluate your pictures. And just to say whether this is something that, if you're looking for strength or if you're looking for openness or whatever the adjectives you want to think about, it'll come back and give you the feedback whether your picture is actually showing that, which is really cool. And it's free.
Mm,
That's even cooler. Free is always
yeah.
a good price. So anyway,
Yeah.
but yeah,
So what feedback do you want? What do you want the feedback on? Mm,
I just basically the intro and the about that information.
Mm-hmm.
If it's making sense. I'm calling myself a fractional fractional marketeer. And I was talking to a gentleman in England this morning about 6 a.m. my time, a little too early for me to talk intelligently. But he said, you haven't really told me yet what a fractional marketeer is. And I
Yeah.
said, well, it's sort of a made up term by me. And I need to copyright that real quick as well. But I'm sure all of y'all heard of fractional CFOs and things of that nature. That seems to be the one most prominent that's out there. And I'm going to see if I can define it simply, intelligently, and understandably. And I think everything I try to do is make it understandable. And if I don't do that to a group that knows me a little bit, then I need to start over and start getting the definition being less technical, maybe, or less confusing for that starting forward. But if you all, here's my analogy that I just thought of. Okay, your grandmother's, well, Christine, not so much so because you raised everything on the farm. But if your grandmother went shopping like mine did, because she didn't have a garden in their house where she raised my father and his brothers and sisters. So she went to the store, but one store back then was the butcher store.
Ah.
And one other store was the bakery store.
mm,
And we all may have grown up with grocery stores. And so
yep.
from that standpoint, I'm going to be a grocery store, not a butcher shop and not a bread shop and not just the place where you get the vegetables. So I'm going to be the guy that you come and see to basically get all of your food items in a sense. So I'm saying this is where you come to get all your business services and business knowledge possibly.
Cool.
I'll
Okay.
work on that a lot between now and then before you see it, up on the
Mm-hmm.
screen. But
Sounds
that's,
awesome.
I'm
Yeah.
looking forward to it. It gets me, like Christine says, she's your own boss. And that's kind of what this group is about with you, is being your own boss and having freedom. I think that was something you said, or somebody, either Michelle or you have used that word numerous times. And so it's about having freedom to do me, to do I, and do you from that standpoint. So it's all about the relationship we have, not with Fidelity, not with Bank of America, not with, whatever companies I may have worked for. I'm representing myself and
Yeah.
the other people that have good product, but I stand behind whatever I represent.
Well, let me suggest that we all join some Spanish speaking groups now between now and my workshop. And so that we're ready for this transition.
And I'll drop you the one group that I'm in that's probably 5 or 6,000 Spanish speaking people.
Okay,
Well, all
awesome.
native Spanish speaking. And so you can take a look at that.
Okay,
It'll be no marketing, but it'll be gathering ideas from
yeah,
that standpoint. So
no
they can't all
problem.
be selling because we know we're not allowed to sell in all groups, that's for sure.
Yeah.
So I have a question, Miss
I might have an
Christine.
answer.
I'm sure you do. So I almost lost my mind. I was trying to sign on to my LinkedIn from my regular one. I had created one a few months ago, but now that I'm not at work, I want to use that one for us, like for our community. So, but I don't want to it was from work. Like everyone and their beloved are on this account. Am I, or should I delete them?
Do you
I
want
have
to?
never
I don't
deleted
want them.
people from my LinkedIn. I've never deleted people from my LinkedIn. And you're only allowed to have one profile on LinkedIn. If they ever discover that you've got more than one profile, you'll get sent to LinkedIn jail. You'll lose everything.
I remember you saying that. So
Yeah.
I do like the one that I have. It's just that I have so many people. I mean, I was in that company for 15 years.
Whoa.
So, and that's like, that was one of our communication platforms. Um,
How active are they on there? Are people communicating with you on there, or are they pretty sleepy?
I've been sleepy, but they have not.
Uh-huh. Well, you're not working for that company anymore, are you?
I'm not.
No, well, I wouldn't worry. I'd leave them on there because you never
So
know. They
No,
may
no,
have
no,
does
been
the,
no.
following
Wh-
you.
Who owns your LinkedIn profile?
I
The
do.
company? Did you do it through them?
Mhm. I kind of did because I didn't have one, and then a lot of their posts would be through LinkedIn. So when I started with the company, I kind of like created one, even with their emails. So I just recently went, last time I spoke to you, Christine, I went in, I changed the email and did
Oh,
what I had
good.
to do because yeah, I didn't even know how to do that.
Well,
So I did.
let me ask you one more
Yeah.
question. And I think Christine will be an advocate of this, and I preach this to a lot of groups I talk to. Every 60 to 90 days, you should download all your contacts because LinkedIn owns all the information on that are contacts. So you need to download them and put them into an Excel spreadsheet or whatever spreadsheet you use, whether it's Google Docs or whatever. Doesn't make any difference. But the only way they're yours is if you know that you can download them. If you cannot download them, then that's somebody else's LinkedIn profile that you have your name on. Does that make any sense?
Yeah. Yeah, but it's not theirs like that. I mean, it was still like my password. I did use their email. So I used to get like the notices on my work email.
You use their
But
domain name,
yeah, just with my name. Yeah.
right?
So have
Um
you removed that old email altogether?
yeah, so I got rid of the email altogether, yes.
Okay,
Then it's
that's great.
yours.
I've
So does the algorithm work the same as TikTok? I mean, if I start by just putting quotes and mentoring stuff, uh with that, would it change the algorithm?
the algorithm. You can work
Okay.
with their algorithm pretty much similar to how TikTok works.
Okay.
And the thing is, most people don't know you can do that, but the way you do it is through the groups.
Okay.
So you
Okay.
join groups where there are
Mhm.
people that would be likely to be your best customer.
Okay. Yeah, because I do want to get, like you said, getting the Spanish
Hmm.
communities and all that good stuff. So, okay. All right,
So
good
I
to know.
advise you all to start looking.
Mhm.
And
I'm excited.
if you get rejected, some of these Spanish speaking groups are going to reject you because they
Yeah.
want Spanish only. But there are some Spanish speaking groups I've noticed that the moderator speaks in English.
So when you say
Yeah.
Spanish, do you mean living in Spanish speaking countries, or do you mean only speaking Spanish?
Only speaking Spanish.
Right. Okay.
But
I gotcha.
if you hit the I,
Wow, really?
you
That's
can
so
find out
cool.
what their rules of engagement are.
Yeah, exactly. That was so clever of us.
Wasn't that? That was fun. That was really fun.
Don't wear
Yeah.
out that hand patting yourself on the back, Donna. You're a sharp lady. We know it.
Gotcha.
Well, a lot of communities is true. Like there's Spanglish, and I'm sorry I missed that one. But if anybody needs help with anything Spanish, I keep telling everyone, I'm here, and I do also have, which I think most of you, I don't think Bob is, are in my community, and I have a module that I have like a glossary there, like a Spanish English dictionary,
Hmm.
that whatever words, um like it has the digital world words in there, like leads and whatever
Yeah.
main words we use in our digital world, they're in there. So
Awesome.
little words that you could use and stuff. Yeah.
Okay.
So you could
Awesome.
pull it out.
So Maria, I can go on school
What's
and
the
find
name of your
views.
group, Maria?
Mhm. It's Rise and Thrive with Success.
All right,
See
let me
if I-
ask you a question.
Yes.
The and between rise and thrive, is that a symbol? Is that the word, or is there
It's a
spacing?
and. It's the word.
It's the word and, A-N-D. Okay.
Yeah.
In
Hey,
this digital
Christine.
world, we have to be letter specific, don't we?
Yeah.
It's really
Yeah. The was taken
okay.
Oh,
and
it's called
and
an ampersand.
plus you can't always use that one in like every application.
Yeah.
Like it doesn't, like not everything takes that. If you're gonna save it like on docs or something, it doesn't always take symbols. So the word and went best anyway. But I did put the community in the I'm sorry, Christine, I should have asked you before I did that.
That's
My
okay.
community.
Did you post it in the chat?
Yeah.
I don't think you
Yeah.
did any harm.
Okay, no, that's fine.
I'm sorry.
I'll save that.
I
Then I'll
like to
get the link
ask.
and click it. Okay,
Thank
thank
you.
you.
Awesome. I'm going to have to run, guys.
Yes.
Thank you, Christine. You always help me when I come in. I'm sorry I don't come as often as I should, but I appreciate your knowledge.
Oh, thank you. I appreciate you. Thanks for coming.
Well,
Thanks
I
for
like what
coming,
the gentleman
everybody.
Yeah.
says. We're all smarter together than we are by ourselves.
That's right.
Yes. We're a team.
Good to
Yes,
see y'all
we
again.
are.
Good night. Have a great evening.
You
Bye.
too. Bye for
Good
now.
night.
Thanks.
Thanks, Christine. Bye.
Good morning, Donna. Happy tomorrow.
Yeah.
Thank you for allowing me to have my note taker in. I
Oh,
appreciate
you're
it.
welcome.
And
No
we'll see you
problem.
soon.
You
Thank you.
betcha.
Take care. Bye-bye.
Bye.